My name is Dr. Brianna Beverly, and here I'm going to come to you today to talk about why knowing is not enough and what the real barrier is to healing. If you are someone who knows exactly what would help make you feel better, but somehow still can't do it consistently, this conversation is for you. The problem is not that you lack discipline, it's not that you're lazy, and it's not that you just haven't found the right routine yet. In fact, most of the people I work with are incredibly informed. They have read the books, they understand nervous system regulation, they know that they should rest more, move their body, eat better, set boundaries, and somehow slow down too. And yet, all of this still feels heavy and overwhelming. At the end of the day, they end up right back where they started, just a little bit more discouraged. So the question becomes, why does wellness feel like something we understand, but we can't always access? Here is the paradox of modern well-being. We have more information than we have ever had before about how to be healthy, and yet people more than ever are feeling burnt out, dysregulated, and disconnected from themselves. And that's not because the information is wrong, but it's because the information alone does not change a human system. We've been taught that if we just know better, we'll do better, but human beings don't necessarily work that way. Knowledge lives in our thinking brain and action lives in our body. But when our body doesn't feel safe, resourced, or supported, knowledge doesn't become motivation, it becomes pressure. This is where I want to be very clear. When someone knows what to do and still doesn't do it, this is not resistance. It's not self-sabotage, and it's certainly not a lack of desire to have and be the thing. It's a capacity issue. Your nervous system, not your mindset, decides what is available to you in any given moment. And most of us are walking around in worlds that keep our nervous system in a constant state of low-grade survival. So when wellness asks you to slow down, to rest, to feel your body, and to change patterns, your system doesn't hear this as, this will help. It hears, this must cost me something. From early on, many of us were conditioned for functioning, not regulation. We learned that being productive will keep us safe, that being useful made us valuable, and that having needs often creates inconvenience. So we adapted, and those adaptations worked until they didn't. So now, years later, when someone suggests slowing down or doing less, it doesn't feel nurturing. It feels threatening because your system learned that staying alert, busy, and emotionally contained was how you survive. No amount of research can override that unless the body feels safe enough first. Here is something that changes everything once you really let it land. Many of the symptoms that people want to fix are actually intelligent adaptations. Hypervigilance was your nervous system trying to keep you safe. Numbing was protection from overwhelm. And overfunctioning was security through usefulness. So when wellness culture says, just do these 10 things every day, what your body hears is let go of strategies that have protected you without proof that they'll keep you safe without having them. Of course, that feels impossible. This is also why wellness can start to feel like another performance system, another place to fail, another set of expectations, and another way just to measure yourself. And instead of healing, people feel ashamed for not doing it right. Shame dysregulates the nervous system, and a dysregulated nervous system reduces capacity, and reduced capacity makes change even harder. And that loop keeps people stuck, not because they aren't trying, but because they're trying from the wrong place. So what actually helps? If it's not more information, more discipline, and more optimization, what people really need first is capacity. Capacity is what happens when the body feels safe enough, supported enough, and resourced enough to change. Healing doesn't start with doing more, it starts with removing the pressure. With slowing down the system enough, choice becomes available, and with environments both internal and external that don't require constant vigilance. This is the foundation of how I understand holistic well-being. People don't struggle because they don't know what to do. They struggle because their systems were never supported to feel safe enough to do it. So when we stop asking, why won't they change? And start asking, what does the system need to feel safe? Everything shifts. If this resonates with you, and you felt the weight of knowing without being able to act, there is nothing wrong with you. Your system has been doing exactly what it learned to do. And healing isn't about forcing yourself into better habits. It's about rebuilding safety, capacity, and trust, one moment at a time. That's the work that I do, and that's the lens that everything I create comes from. And if you want to explore that, whether through therapy, coaching, or somatic work, there are ways to do that without overwhelm at Lotus Life Total Wellness. But even if this conversation is all that you take today, let me remind you of this. You are not failing by being unable to do more. Your system is protecting you, and healing starts with listening, not pushing.